In a nearby forest, beside a stream, sits a Goliath, staring at the water as it runs across. Astrid, a week and a half ago, you can still hear the distant screams of citizens echo within your mind. Memories of the massive creature you fought deep below crossroads, bubbling in your head, interrupted by the flashes of lost friends. You remember the sky turning red, and your last memory of Crossroads as it sat far in the distance, a city in ruin, smoke choking the sky. The massive tree that was once your friend reaching ever so high, burning at the base. And the wings of a foul beast perched upon its side, roaring and screeching. Nearly a year's journey, now reduced to this. Astrid, as you look at yourself within the water, before the sun has broken over the horizon, please describe yourself.
A tall, blue monk, spearing fish for the morning's breakfast. Nagging thought of the past events have never left my mind. What has become of my master? I let him live because I tried to do things differently. Was that choice wrong? Have any of my choices been the right one? Will he be angry that me of all people, along with my friends, bested him? Will he show mercy or compassion for allowing him to live? Or will he simply call it a sign of weakness for not following through? Whatever may come, I know I must be stalwart and firm in my choices, for who knows what lies ahead. But the thought of loss constantly clouds my mind. I know I should probably return home, but my heart is telling me to go pay respects. And I think that would be the best course of action. Let me go wake Arya up. We've got a destination to reach.
As you're gathering your things, a few of the spish you feared, you hang off your belt, and your camping supplies that you had brought along with you to go hunting, you pack them up. You can feel the presence of that ring on your finger, and you turn to go where Arya's sleeping, about 4 minutes walk away, and we'll turn ourselves over to you, Arya.
You know, it was the weirdest thing. I thought it was just going to be another fight, but I see the face of some boring man, some practical fighter who bested me. Well, bested me for a little bit. And I see me taking off his helmet and closing his eyes for one last time. Another boring fighter, but why am I thinking of him now? I'm not sure.
And thinking of this man, this insignificant man that never ceases to tease your mind, you see his face, his jaws, his soft cheeks, before they shift and change. And you go from standing in a coliseum of sorts to standing before a mirror. Foggy and dreamlike, it waves. What do you see in that mirror? What does Arya look like?
Well, Arya had soft features, with longish white hair. Right now he's wearing a black robe, covering up lighter colors and the occasional flowers growing on said cloak. Even though he takes great pride in this appearance that he's crafted for himself, that black cloak is hiding something.
Arya, your dream begins to fade as the morning sun is starting to peer over the horizon and is starting to stir you from your sleep. But before you awake, There's a flash, a bit darker of a moment. You see a cicada on a tree, climbing its way up. Before molting, you can see a little dot on the back right of its wing, a sickness. It begins to molt, and you see as time passing at an incredibly fast speed, the bug on the side of the tree molting and molting and molting, and then you can see the seasons beginning to pass, from spring to summer to fall to winter. The bug never moving, dead on the side of a tree. All this interrupted by a sudden break in the silence, and you are woken up. Astrid?
Wake up, buddy. Breakfast.
Oh, Astrid. Oh, you startled me. I must have been having a bad dream. What's for breakfast, friend?
And I hold up my string of fish still on my spear. I don't know what kind they are. They were fat.
Fish. I love fish. That's very thoughtful, Astrid. I really appreciate it.
Let's gather some wood or something. We'll start a fire.
Well, that just sounds like a plan to me. I get up, stretch a little bit, go out, collect some firewood, and let's make us some fish.
Simple enough. Over the next 15 to 20 minutes, you rekindle the fire from last night's camp, and you guys get yourself some cooked fish now at the end of your breakfast. Sitting together, enjoying a meal, now having been together for almost a week and a half on your journey to the bulwark.
Well, Astrid, do you remember how long Zatira said this walk was gonna take?
No. Traveling and walking and long distances don't bother me. It's just an exercise. I consider everything an exercise. It's been, week and a half? Surely we must be close.
Well, hopefully. So, worst thing, I ran out of mascara. And I'm going to have to... It's just going to be a way rougher journey now.
What is mascara? Is that a snack? What is that?
Oh, no. Do you think I always look this good? Naturally? God, I wish. No.
I don't care what you look like.
Well, thank you, Astrid, but I take great pride in it.
Okay.
I have to look my absolute best.
Even in a fight, you have to look better than everyone?
Especially in a fight. You remember when we fought your master?
I do.
I had to just wipe that smile off his face. And I had to look good while doing it. So I'm going to be a lot happier when we get there. Hopefully it's not too much longer.
Yep. I get up after eating and stuff. I stretch, do my own stretches, crack some joints. I just wanted him dead. But I guess wiping a smirk off his face is just as good too. Also, that sounds... Do you think about the choices you've made, Arya?
No.
How? You don't, huh?
Well, I mean, ever since I've gotten here, heaven was so simple, right? You fight the bad guys. There's demons and beasties at the door. You fight them, and then you go home and you have a little party. It was nice, but I just feel like since we've been here, it hasn't been nice. We fought crocodiles and your master. We got threatened, and yeah, I got some money out of it and some nice food, but it just wasn't... It wasn't cut and dry. I'd never... before Calicath, I'd never lost anyone like that. Not in a big fight, I still don't know what all happened with that creature underneath the city, and then for some random reason, the city also got destroyed. I know it was a dragon, but surely it wasn't our fault, right?
Yeah. There were too many questions about Calicath and why. And maybe those questions are best left unanswered to preserve his memory. But
Yeah. I guess I get you with questioning things, but what are you thinking about? Why are you pondering?
I just feel empty. While you were in heaven fighting your myriad of demons and enemies and going home to party, I would train and fight monsters myself, lose people I train with, get told I'm not good enough, get told to suck it up, get told to be better, and then wake up the next day and do it all over again. But being in Crossroads, as much of a headache as it was, meeting all of you, as I've been catching myself smiling a lot more than usual. And it's strange. A weird feeling that I wasn't allowed to feel. I'm just been thinking a lot about what's to come and how my choices will have impact on my future.
Well, Astrid, if it's any consolation, I think your smile is beautiful. And I'm glad that you're able to feel that. I think everyone should be able to feel that, at least a little bit.
Thanks, buddy. Now, I think we should head on and talk while we walk.
Okay.
Don't want to lose any daylight, okay, buddy?
Of course. I start packing up my meager little tent. That tent is made out of a cape of mine.
I'll kick the fire and roll my bedroll up.
You guys gather your belongings and pack them up. You begin to get back on the road. This road follows in between a series. You're within a forest, and it's a paved path to some sort. It's not paved as in concrete, excuse me, but it is a constantly traveled one. The road itself worn down by many a wagon and horses that tread to and from. Though on your entire week and a half journey, you've not seen one of these venturers. One of these, what would normally be trade route, is grown empty for this adventure. And you guys begin to path your way through. There's birds chirping. The sunlight's beginning to gleam over the tops of the treetops. And overall, the air is filled with a stillness, a peace after what was once chaos.
You know, Ashley, you said that you trained really hard, and I can absolutely tell. I don't think that you're a weakling. I've seen you do incredible things that I've never seen anyone else do. I've seen you grab a spear from the air and throw it back at someone, and I've seen you fight someone who was really close to you. I think that's really impressive. But well, I guess, Astrid, why did you train so hard? What was it for?
That's kind of a hard question to answer. Just because I was raised in it, I guess would be the easiest answer. Because all I remember was a warm sun like this and me being placed at the foot of my monastery.
You guys travel for some time. Hours pass. The path itself not changing for some time as you guys chat for a while. That is until around the afternoon. I'd like you all to roll a perception check.
The first roll of season 2.
That's a 19.
And that's a 7.
7. Astrid, as you're walking, you catch a glimpse of the trees in front of you, maybe about 10, 20 feet away, are slightly wavy, and the path itself looks distorted. Arya, none the wiser, is still walking straight forwards.
Arya, stop.
Huh?
Something about that path is strange, and I'll describe what you just told me.
And now, Arya, you also may see it. The entire wall looks like it's a transparent curtain, if you will, gently waving in the wind just before you.
Oh. I bet you this is that silly type of magic.
Okay. I guess I'll walk up to the transparent curtain.
As you do, you hear the slightest hum in the air.
Well, if I know wizards, they're mean and cruel and awful and terrible, and Domino was an exception. And I pick up a stick and I throw it at the transparent wall thing.
The stick goes, and you see it fall gently into the road ahead, not being interrupted for even a moment.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, I kind of thought it would catch on fire or something. I wasn't entirely sure.
I think we need to talk about your magic hatred maybe later, because I think...
What?
Isn't the place that we're headed to is like full of wizards?
Well, yeah, but they're gonna help you.
Isn't that your personal nightmare?
No, it's not. Well, yes, it's awful. It's atrocious even, but I think if it's a group of smart people, they can help me with my problem, and they can probably help you with well, whatever else you need, besides the ring and
Yeah.
anything
Well,
else that
I
you
guess
might want.
I guess I'll pass through.
Astrid, as you walk forwards into there, the entirety of the forest, once lush and green with sunlight peering through, for you becomes completely black and white, almost desaturated with just the faintest bit of color. And the moment that you pass through, you almost feel like the air itself is harder to breathe, and you feel a certain, for you, it'd be a touch of coldness rushes over you.
Oh.
As you turn around and look back to Arya, you don't see him. Arya, however, do see him, currently looking at outwards, back down the path.
Arya, can you hear me?
You do not hear him. Or you do hear him, excuse me.
Yeah, you just took like 2 steps. As you
Okay.
But Astrid cannot hear him. Astrid cannot hear Arya.
I can't. I don't see you.
You don't.
It's
I'm
black
right
and
here.
white, and it's cold.
Okay, well, walk. Oh, you can't
I walk out?
towards me.
Astrid, as you begin to walk forwards, I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, 6.
6. Astrid, as you walk, and Arya, from your perspective, what you actually see is Astrid takes one step. Astrid takes one step to leave, and then his right leg, as it's moving in the air, slows to an impossibly slow pace. His right knee lifts incredibly slow, as though he weren't even moving almost. And it's like he's frozen in place. Astrid, in your perception, you take one step forwards, but the veil just feels like it stays just a bit away from you.
Oh.
Astrid now looks frozen in place, Arya.
I told you. Wait a second. Yep, I know what those dinky little wizards are. I have a weird idea, though. DM, I will pick up a stick again, and I will push the stick forward into the veil, holding it, and then I'm going to try to pull it back.
As you do so, you stick the stick in, and as you pull it back, the stick snaps in half. You having the other half that was not in the actual thing, within the veil.
Can I make a deduction and say, oh, that seems like a one-directional?
Yes, and that
thing.
Stick that you pulled back is not that the other half that was in the veil sits in the air, falling at an impossibly slow pace.
Oh boy. Well, huh, here it goes, I guess. And I walk into the veil and try to grab Astrid so we could both be moving further into the veil.
Of course. From Astrid, from your perspective, you took that right step and you never slowed down for one moment. The veil moved a little bit further. Astrid, before he steps in, what are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna keep just briskly walking towards Arya. If I still, well, I can't see him.
Yeah. You continue walking forwards and walking forwards.
Yeah.
And you don't seem to make any progress towards the destination that you're trying to make it to.
Okay. It's best not to get separated. I don't know what this is.
It's like you're walking on a treadmill.
I'll just wait for Arya.
10 minutes pass. Then 20. And then 35. And then 40.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Maybe I won't wait for Arya. What is this? Is it still slightly out of reach, or like...
As you walk down the path, it's like the path grows ahead of you. Like you're looking down a tunnel and your eyes are adjusting. You just were on that path, but you can't get to it. You can only seem to stay where you are or move farther back.
Like further in,
excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is it dark, hard to see, or anything like that?
Not particularly dark. If you can't tell where the light source is coming from, it's all illuminated to some degree, and it's not completely black and white. Instead, it's desaturated. It's like your skin itself almost looks like a bluish gray, and the trees almost look like a, now that your eyes have adjusted to it all, it's almost like a very light brown, but almost white. 50 minutes or now 50 minutes.
Feeling is indescribable. I guess I'll... Would I have to make another wisdom saving throw to get like to the edge of the veil to like get out?
I'm afraid that you cannot rethrow that throw. Not until a certain amount of time has passed.
Okay. I guess I will. No other choice but to go farther in.
Further in. You turn to go further in. And at the 55-minute mark, as you walk away, you're just turning your body around before Arya boink, pops in to the veil as you've just taken a few steps away. By sheer luck, did you stay at the right amount of time?
Oh, hey. I waited for you for a long time. What took you so long?
You just stepped in.
No. I've been in here for like what feels like hours.
You just stepped in. I just walked after you. I think this is one of those things where we have to move in one direction, and if we try to go the other direction, we get frozen. For me, it looked like you walked in, turned around, and froze yourself, or you weren't moving anymore.
Because I've been walking for a little bit, then I just decided to stop and wait on you, and then I just said I'll go farther in. So I guess there's no way out for us now. We just have to keep walking.
I think that's the goal. I think we
just stay close.
Yeah. All right.
Arya, as
we move further in.
As you guys move further in, Arya, you can feel yourself that desaturation is upon you both as well. Your roses have lost their colors, your flowers and petals also as well, and you feel a slight emptiness in your stomach as you travel.
Astrid, I don't think that fish we had was good.
I told you I didn't know what kind it was, but I don't think it was the fish.
Yeah, are you sure? Because I don't feel great. This isn't great. I don't like this. Some dumb, stupid, stinky wizard put this up, and now we're... not happy.
Down the path, you see bits of metal on the ground and pieces of almost like bolts. Kind of, you step on one or two, and you currently stand in a place where around you is like random bits of metal and pieces.
Random bits of metal and pieces. Can I try to figure out what they used to belong to?
Roll an investigation.
Investigation. 13.
13. As you start to look at these bits and pieces, and you start to get the idea that they're part of some kind of contraption. And the road that you're on, it's almost in the right-ish lane, for lack of a better phrase of it. But the ground that it's upon has been shifted and moved as well. Astrid, you see up and forwards a series of much larger chunks of metal that you go up to, and they're rusted swords, pikes, a shield that's been rusted over. And as you dig further in that area, you find that some of them are lodged in the ground. And there's this one like large piece of metal that almost runs like a big, like what would be like a 2x4, but made of metal. And it runs vertical to the road.
Arya, you see that up ahead?
Yeah. What do you think happened to him?
Well, apparently something has to do with time in this.
Oh.
It felt like I was waiting an eternity for you. You just said I just stepped in.
Oh, yeah. Do you think if something is standing still or backwards, it
It's older?
freezes? Yeah.
Could this be why the roads are so empty?
Oh, yeah. This could be anyone coming towards Crossroads would have to come through here the opposite direction we're going. So they would just be stuck here.
Yeah. Because if we can't move back,
Yeah.
we can only going the way we came, then I can understand why these people, they might have just been walking continuously, and that's all they could do. Or was there a sign of a scuffle, a fight, or was there any like leftover wagons?
Any burn marks?
Roll an investigation.
13.
13. No fights that you can quickly discern. However, what you do see is that there's a series of footsteps stepping off the path and into the woods.
Huh.
I see footsteps. So now we're at a fork in the road. Do we keep going
A crossroads?
Or do we
A crossroads.
veer off? Yes, a crossroads. Do we veer off, or do we keep going forward?
Well, I mean,
don't
if this is what's left of their cart, rotten wood and stuff, they're super dead. If they went that way, you know?
Yeah, because why would they just leave everything here and then veer off?
Yeah,
Did it look like they were in a hurry? Do the footsteps, does it like...
Oh,
that
yeah.
hard? That'd be hard. That'd be hard to just, after all this
If
time.
you were a
that can be hard to-
tracker, which you are in many ways, you specifically could roll a survival check because you could base it off of the distance of the footsteps, things along those lines. So yeah, you could do that.
All right, I'll roll it. Let's do that roll, baby. No, it was 9.
9. The only thing of real interest that catches you is that the footsteps are old, but you can't tell by normal circumstances, not because the rain came and damaged them, not because they've deteriorated or fallen in. You can see coats of dust in the footsteps. They've been untampered with for a long time.
Oh my gosh. These are old Aria.
Yeah. I'm just worried about veering off of the way. Because if we go backwards or stop,
we're dead.
We age, time moves way faster. But what if we go parallel to it? To the effect.
I will say, you guys have been able to turn around and backstep a little bit without getting into the time stuck. It was when you were going through the veil did you find yourselves time stuck. Like that was the point of the barrier, not just moving forwards.
Oh.
Okay, so that effect was specifically near the veil.
Yes.
So
Oh,
the-
no,
like-
that's even worse.
has the environment been moving as we've been walking?
The environment. Roll.
Like,
Actually, you don't need to roll for that because now you take a look upwards to see that the trees are in fall. They are not in spring. There are brown trees and brown leaves that scatter over the ground. That green lushness is, and all the browns are muted. It's all a lack of saturation. But you can now tell, taking a moment to look at the season, you're not in the correct season.
Oh, this has been going on for a bit, huh?
yeah.
Oh no.
I think we need to just keep going forward.
Well, you know,
I mean, how big can this veil be?
how long have we? Well, you were walking for an hour. Took 3 steps.
Oh, no. I stood still for an hour.
Yeah.
But to you, it was less than what, a minute?
Less than like 5 seconds.
Oh.
So, yeah, we can take a small little look-see.
Look. Those footsteps veered off. They're old. I don't see anyone else here.
Yeah, maybe we should shout for them.
The footprints are dusty. Please don't shout in an unknown veil.
Unknown veil.
There is no echo. And as you guys are at this impasse or at this debate, I'm going to pull away from you both.
Okay.
We're gonna die in here.
A bit of snow drops past your face, RNA. If you may take the scene.
It is a day RNA will never in his life forget. Every now and again, he comes back to it, and he stands in front of something truly horrific. Something that has a grasp over him like nothing else. A massive creature with 2 heads, long protruding necks, disgusting humanoid smiles, stares down at him. It looks at him, laughing, mocking. You can hear the intake of its breath, its never-ending intake of breath. Everything else is silent. The people that surround him, his friend on the monster's back, and he stands completely frozen. He knows that there's nothing he can do. And then, for just a moment, he hears another voice. He turns his head to the left, and he sees Louis Conrad doing the same as him, staring up the beast, knowing that it can't be stopped. And the last thing he hears is, RNA, do you think heaven's real? And it was less than a second later, Louis's body was replaced with nothing but a red mist. And in a panic, RNA shoots up from his bed and screams, "No!" and grips at his chest and looks around. And for just a few seconds, that snow remains. And it slowly starts to fade out. And it's replaced by a bedroom.
The walls creak with the wood on the sea swishing, hitting the sides of the boat. You can hear it ever so constant. This journey has taken a long time. You've been on this boat for 7 months now, and you can hear the shifting waves kind of like moving below. There's other people in this area that you are in. You were in a cot, a little room no bigger than a few feet, with nothing to separate yourself from everyone else besides a small curtain. Hangs down and blocks off what would be the hallway, and you're surrounded by your belongings. All that's in your room are what you own, a mirror affixed to the wall. Pretty much that's it. You've been this way for now going on 7 months.
RNA slowly rubs his face and tries to get the panic out of his body, trying to calm himself down, rub the sleep from his eyes. And he leans off the side of the bed and takes a deep breath before standing up and walking to the mirror. He stands in front of the mirror and sees a small elven boy, pale skin, bright red eyes, someone with a future far in front of him, before he blinks 2 or 3 times and gets the sleepiness out of his eyes and realizes he stands tall above the mirror looking down, and he no longer sees the child he was. He sees a very pale, porcelain-fleshed creature. Hard to tell if it was an elf at some point, if it was a human, what really it was. Lined in a very nice black suit, an oddly red-stained tie, white shirt underneath. His eyes, bright red. There's no pupils, no white, all red, and they shine like a light. Around his eyes, he has heavy black scarring, goes all along his face, and long black hair that goes down slightly past his shoulders. But the most notable features: fire. Permanent fire. Slowly going down as he begins to calm. The end of his hair is permanently lit. His left shoulder specifically has a decent-sized flame. Small campfire's worth of fire coming off of his shoulder. The embers are constantly dropping and dissipating before they can touch the ground. It's notable that his suit burns in some places, but for some reason it seems to repair itself before it burns away. Like a hole can be made, but in a few seconds that hole will still be gone. He looks down at his almost completely snow-white skin and takes another deep breath before trying to shake the sleep off of his body.
That moment of calmness is interrupted. Hunters! To the deck! Rings out. Center, the leader of the Iron Hunters, screams out to the underbelly of this ship.
Arne jumps for a moment after hearing the scream and looks towards his little, not door, but his little curtain that blocks off his room. And he reaches down, getting ready to leave, grabbing the rest of his equipment, and picks up his mask. A bone white mask with 2 horns, both uneven, the left being shorter and the right being much longer, and only 1 eye hole available. He picks it up and goes to lock it onto his shoulder, its proper place. But before, he looks back in the mirror again and holds the mask in front of his face, lining his left eye up with the hole. When he does so, the bright white of his eyes the bright red of his eyes turn black and slowly develop into a pupil. He takes the mask and then locks it onto his shoulder before leaving.
As you pass through the curtain of your room, I'm going to pull away from you. Nolan, you sit in front of a long professor of yours, a mentor. This is just before you're to be taking a long journey across the seas.
I very much appreciate those words, I do. It really means a lot, especially coming from you.
This is an important moment for any good growing professor's career. Now, you're going to be traveling for some time. You can't squander these opportunities. This old man who sits before you, got a long white beard, has these spectacles that are square and kind of falling off of his face a touch. You can see that it's bent on one side downwards. It's like kind of dragged out a little bit. His eyes themselves slightly focused on you, but also slightly looking above you. He is just the epitome of old. And keep in mind, this isn't just a task for you to do. This is an opportunity
to learn more and expand upon your field.
One that I shall not squander.
Yes, this should not be a trip for you to just go and complete. No. Bring something with you, something to expand upon, something to research.
Certainly. I'm not one to waste such valuable resources and time on a simple vacation.
Good.
In fact, if I've seen the map correctly, there is something I would like to investigate once the primary objective has been completed, of course. I've heard of another school of wizards off in that hemisphere that I don't really know much about, though they, I dare say, maybe on par, at least from what I've heard, of what we're capable of. I would like to confirm this and maybe check notes.
The scholars of Solamnia, now they don't like to share their secrets, and they certainly are at ends at times with the college. But if you wish, by all means, if they have anything of use for you, I'll see if the suspended assembly will allow it. It's better that than going off, as you suggested earlier, to find your professor.
Forgive me for pulling your ear again on this matter, but I've attempted to inquire further details about his projects, yet
His projects to not be touched. Leave him be. It was lost some time ago, and it's to be left where it stands.
I've only been given...
Don't go to the dwarves!
I understand.
As you get up from the quick meeting, you're given some papers, to some approvals to a ship known as the Tinderbox, and you're informed to meet with Stalili and begin your quest.
I will check everything that I have in order, everything that I'm planning on bringing along. The piece of paper, ink, quill, yes. Did I make sure that I brought my paper, ink, and quill? Yes. Double check, and off I go.
All right. I'm going to pull away from you. Gregory, this has been a 7-month-long journey for you, as you currently lay in a swinging hammock. It's currently the early morning time, and you can hear lots of people moving on the top decks above you. For you yourself are a large humanoid leopard. As you stand out there, what do you look like? Who is Gregory?
Yes. Not too tall. I'm taller than the average person, but slightly smaller than the grizzly bear. My fur is white as snow. I have these spots. I have many scars from my battles fighting monsters, and I have a big backpack that I like to carry around, and I think I'll pick it up.
You throw your backpack on. It's got baubles and various pieces hanging like canteen flasks.
Oh no. Where's my glasses? My tiny reading glasses. I look around for my glasses.
Patting yourself down, trying to find it. You find it in one of your many various pockets on your person.
Yes, I put them on, and it's time to go find some grog, some good food.
There's a kitchen of sorts. The breakfast meals kind of being made by the cook. At this point, the actual kitchenish area, or the kitchen dining room area of sorts, is starting to get filled in with more and more hunters. They're kind of starting to grab various things. Some of them are a bit more rude. They just kind of reach in and grab what they want as well.
Okay. Well, I grab my plate and I look for. Do I see scout leader?
Center.
Center, yes.
At the moment,
Yes,
you
right.
don't. However, as you're looking for him, you see a little bit of moment of red from almost flames pass over, and you know that that's going to be one of the Cinderkins. However, this particular one always glows in a brighter fashion, even when nothing's going on, and you can probably gather that is Center on his way to the bottom decks.
He's heading down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess I'll go ahead and make my dinner quick, or not dinner, breakfast.
Mhm.
And mosey my way on over.
As you make it to the stairwell, you hear a voice ring out, "Hunters, to the deck!" And quickly that light is going right back up to you as you're going back down to him. What you see coming up the stairs is this massive werewolf-looking man, broad-shouldered, and his fur is all matted down. And underneath that fur, you can see the glowing red that would be his skin. This is a Cinderkin. At one point, he may have been he may have been maybe a werewolf or a shifter of sorts. But becoming a Cinderkin, you burn away what you once were and become something new. His face is red and glowing in nature. His chest and neck is full of flames that kind of spout outwards as he talks, and out of his mouth is a black smoke that replaced his tongue and teeth, almost kind of shaping form and then losing it at times. And you can see him with a permanent grimace on his face as he starts to walk his way upwards towards you. It's almost like like you are in a chimney and smoke is on its way towards you.
I'll get out of their way. I'll go back.
You dodge back into the kitchen, and then several people actually do. As you see this commanding character making his way to the top deck, you notice you're not the only one that's like kind of getting out of Center's way. Following behind him, you can see other hunters following their way up, and there goes RNA. There goes several other hunters on their way.
Okay. I'll just follow along all of them.
Okay. You make your way to the top deck, and we're going to go ourselves over to Nolan, who you just woke up on a fine morning, and you yourself are on this boat as well, and you're surrounded by your niceties, technology, arcane ruins. You have a nice cot bed. What would you like to do?
He will first keep himself upright and get himself dressed in his more proper attire. Taking off his glasses from where he keeps them consistently, and dons them. Then going through all of his things that he plans on going into the Grey Rot Bubble with, and stuff that he always keeps on his person, organizes them, and then double checks that he has everything. Then he will spend a time casting a ritual spell to summon Gossamer, his unseen servant.
Right.
And Gossamer will open the door for him as he walks out, and then close the door behind him, and will basically keep behind him.
Okay. You walk out. You are immediately on the top deck. The beautiful sunlight kind of beams down on your face. It's a beautiful day, the crystalline things. And as you step out, there's exciting news for you. We are actually within sight of our destination. The bulwark is just a few miles away, and it's pointed out to you that just down the way you could see this little black dot that is your destination, currently coming closer and closer. There's an excitement to the deck, or to the crew, excuse me, as they're kind of all greeting you. Mr. Nolan, good to see Mr. Nolan, and the captain kind of steps up to you. He comes to give you a status report informing you that they've gotten all the holes patched up, but the problem still remains that the lower decks are flooded over, and that the damage is done to the lunar sail is not still in effect. That is not repairable without being properly in a dock.
Thank you, Captain Anderson. But I do admit the delay was rather an annoyance, though. Nothing we could really have done about it.
Yes,
I'll go ahead and send Gossamer to assist in clearing out the water. Gossamer, and he will give him the command to go assist the deckhands in clearing out the issue with the water.
There's no words, but a gentle, off to the side, you can see a little wooden bucket kind of gets gently lifted into the air and starts like wobbly making its way to the doors to go to the lower decks. And as that happens, the bucket gets blown across the deck as a massive being with a wolf hand throws open the door and starts stomping its way forwards before you can't see Gossamer, but you get the inclination that he's lumbering his way back to pick up his barrel. And this large beast of a creature starts lumbering its way across the deck, and following him is a plume of smoke before there's a kind of a greeting to you, Nolan.
Or Gossamer.
Center. I've been holding this in for a while, but I would like to apologize for confusing your compatriot RNA for your superior. I didn't mean to create any sort of offense. It was just the fine presentation that he had presented led me to the assumption that he was the one in charge.
I care not for your reverence. Have you an itinerary? What are we to do when we land?
We'll find out what's available. The month-long delay really kind of threw off my timeline of things.
And as you kind of finish your quick explanation, and through this entire trip, Cinter's hounded you, really consistently being like, what are we doing? What's next? What's next? Even when like on a straight path, there's nothing to do but sit on the boat. Like he's kind of been a consistent level of like, do the next thing. What's the next thing? And this is no different. And as all the hunters make their way up to the deck, you can see that there's a good number of them. Only 5 of them are Synderkin, which are these, as you would know, beings connected to the fire elemental plane. Though you know not exactly where they originate, you know of their value and their use. And there's 5 of them in total. The RNA, as you referred earlier, is also on the front deck. And now we have everybody on the deck in general. And Lily also comes out. She currently sits much higher up on the deck and is watching over everything.
I had just heard from Captain Liam Anderson about needing to repair the ship further, and once we land, they should be able to begin repairs rather quickly. The damages to the sail, and they're still having to clean out the water from below. Once we do land, we should gather up all of our essentials that we plan on traveling with, making sure to pack light as we want to make sure we
Hunters! When we land, we need to be ready. RNA, where are you?
I'm here.
Looks like we're gonna be splitting our group into 2. Gather who you want.
Yes, sir. RNA still trying to rub the exhaustion from his eyes. Turns right back around and starts looking for a suitable party.
Of your choices, you have all the Iron Hunters to choose from, as well as the Synderkin. And of the Synderkin, there is, of course, Center, Nixie Vernus, but he doesn't go into combat, which is a dwarven Synderkin who does a lot of work on weaponry and whatnot. But of the ones on the surface, there is Lil Red, an archer Synderkin, who you might have some friendship with for some time. She's the newest of the Synderkin. Chip, who is an older Synderkin before your time, but in general he kind of sticks to himself. And then only Lavender, who she also is she's an older one as well, but she's more laid back in general.
RNA looks around and after a moment's thought, he points to Lil Red and says, "Lil Red, you're with me.
Okay.
This will get you some good experience out on the field without being too dangerous."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then begins to look around some more and begins to actively look for a scout before his eyes eventually settle on Gregory, standing tall and, well, not too tall, but proud at least. He points to him and says, "Gregory, come on. I'll need a scout on my team."
Roger that. I head on over.
All right.
And deciding that he has the essentials, he'll choose from the rest of the Iron Hunters, like the non-Synderkins.
You gather a handful of them.
Yeah.
And the Iron Hunters,
The standard hunters,
are a group of mercenaries who come together to complete tasks for various other organizations, and they work for coin. So they're full of they have like leather weaponry or leather armor, and then standard weaponry, swords, shields, bows, that kind of deal. Nothing too fancy. But the Synderkin themselves are the pride and joy of the
arsenal to the Iron. Now, Nolan, as you finish up speaking with Center, who's now just barking orders and being a little bit of a nuisance on the front floor.
Dabs a rag on his forehead, like intimidating, but also physically hotter temperature next to him.
Still Lily up high waves you down.
Huh. He will get closer so that she won't have to shout.
Stilily is a half elf who's also like you, coming to become a professor. She is an abjuration wizard, and she wears a yellowish tunic over herself. She has spectacles as well. They're these square frames, and she has her spell casting focus is actually a standard wand, one that you could find anywhere. It's nothing too fancy, but she specifically requests and likes the standard issue, if you will, like whatever is the most efficient for Lowh's kind of like, oh, this is what's best, I'll use that. A lack of creativity in terms of their design, like use. They prefer use over art, if that makes sense. And as you walk up to her, she kind of gives you a quick curtsy greeting. Nolan,
Miss Leia, are Smalls and Mets ready?
they are. They're gonna be heading with me. I hear that what I think is best is if we talk with the council over there and figure out, where actually the rot is, because we were given information from 6 months ago and that stuff moves. But I
Right.
wanted to ask you if the hunters were okay. They've been real antsy on this trip, and I'm just getting more and more worried about them.
Well, we were given a month's delay, so I imagine that would add to the irritation. Though, once we're on land and doing the job we were assigned to, I'm sure that will change rather quickly. And these are the folks we're entrusted by the university itself. I'm sure that you and I have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. I don't know of the university hiring that one, though. And she nods to Center, who's still barking at random people.
He certainly has a sense of authority, I'll give him that.
Yeah, a sense of loudness, I'd say. But I just wanted to get with you, figure out what the plan was. I talked with the guy over the lunar sail, and he seems to think that that's really messed up. I'm hoping that we have what we need to fix once we get there, but I guess handle one thing at a time.
Right. Just a bit of a question.
Mhm.
What would you happen to know of the School of Slomnia?
I know that they were pretty formidable back when Solamnia was standing, although that was before my time. Even as a half-elf, I didn't. I only read about it. I never saw it myself when it was standing. But the scholars of Solamnia, they were versed in magics that we didn't. They went opposed to what we consider standardized. They wrote with more crude languages, and they mostly. Well, I mean, I don't fully know. I just know that they were essentially the pride and joy of Solamnia's magic side, and they mixed magics with the new religions that we're seeing around. They worship the Mistra or Mysteria. I read about it a long time ago, but nonetheless, they were almost a religious arcane folk.
Fascinating. I'll have to see how they make that work.
Well, good luck with that. When Solamnia was destroyed, they kind of fell apart. I know that they have a newer college they're trying to work on in the Bulwark, or so I've been told, called the Remnants of Solamnia. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know that they brought themselves back together to try open a new school, but I doubt it's anything like what the original was. Their whole city came to ruin when Torn, broke out of that mountainside. But that's all I really know about them, to be honest. And I obviously don't know that well about them.
Something we'll have to find out once we get there, I suppose.
You guys ride for the better part of the day before eventually you guys are now within like the docking range of the Bulwark. The Bulwark is this massive city that kind of works. If you've ever seen Rio, there's like buildings on top of buildings on top of buildings that all kind of span outwards away from the docks and upwards. They have these huge walls bordering the size of large hills that lay really far outwards, maybe a half mile, maybe further. It's hard to determine. They go around almost like a big half circle around the back of the city. And as you see it kind of build upon itself and build upon itself and build upon itself, above those walls, even still, is this absolutely massive statue. A woman with a staff pointed upwards and outwards towards almost like the middle of the city. And then in the left hand, a huge stone book kind of like holds outwards, is flipped to some page, and she like looks down at the book as she holds her staff out. And the book itself almost seems to have an illuminate light that kind of reflects onto the stony face figure. But interestingly, there's this massive crack in the left lower like chest area that looks as though something huge crashed into it, like a crater, if you will, almost like a hammer of sorts kind of hit into that side of the chest that just crashes. It crackles all the way up the sides into the neck, a statue that sits behind the city. And you guys pull into port.
All right. Gossamer, help me gather my things.
The little things kind of like slowly float upwards, and then they immediately go back to where they were as you've already organized and reorganized and regathered your things. And so they're just now Gossamer's like you can see him pick up a pencil and know he's putting it in the wrong spot and just kind of puts it right back where it was.
You could just hand it to me. I'll take it. Thank you, Gossamer. Well, now the true excitement begins. And he's also going to note down the appearance and the visuals that he's seen of the Bulwark as in his little journal that he's been updating every now and then. Remarking on the awe at this and the scale of this statue of he assumes to be their deity of focus.
As you gather your thing, as you're getting off the ship, you can see that at this point, lots of the crew hands have worked together, tying down the side of the ship to the thing. You can see that there's a discussion between two people talking about, oh, we need these supplies, we have these damages. There's like kind of that going on. And all the hunters are lining themselves up and grouping themselves. You can see that they're disorganizingly organizing. You can see them getting into little groups of sorts and things along those lines. And there seems to be some hierarchy there you may not be the most familiar with. But overall, the dock itself, besides your ship, is bustling with life. There are these statues kind of sitting there of looks like to be some kind of water deity with coins in them, like little that go to each individual dock. And beyond there is like ships and there are storefronts and currently just a lot of life in the docks.
Nolan getting ready for his mission and having a primary focus on finding the gray rot, at least at least where it's coming from. He also doesn't really know which of the Iron Hunters will be going with him. So I think he will approach center when he's not shouting at someone already.
Yeah.
And
Good luck.
yeah. And we'll say, excuse me, sir.
Oh, sorry, Nolan. That's not your... What, Nolan?
He will flatten his hair and readjust his glasses and say, I was wondering which of the Iron Hunters would we be assigned for our group?
So Lily said there's going to be two groups. You're either going to get me or him. And he points over to RNA, straightening his tie a little bit. Your choice.
Well, would you mind informing me at least on what each group's capabilities are?
Well, each group will have one scout whose job is to look for future threats. At least one Cinderkin who is to handle those threats, and Iron Hunters to back up the Cinderkin in those scenarios. That's our method and mode of hunting.
Could you enlighten me on the specializations of the Cinderkin in each group? What exactly does each one bring to the table?
I, myself, am good at close quarters combat. I'm best to hunt something down that's running away as well. Lowh, he nods over to what looks to be what used to be a half-elf, now with glassy porcelain skin. The tips of either ears have flames gently rolling off of them. And over her back is a large, what would be like a bow in, but with no string. Lowh is an archer. She handles things from afar and has a good line of sight in general. She's good at handling aerial combat and good at handling anything that comes from unexpected angles besides underneath the ground. Now Chip, and he nods his head over to a human, currently with a big smile on his face, older man, but this, again, used to be a human, his skin porcelain, and his teeth and his mouth kind of like a Center's, where it's like smoky, and like whereas like Little Red still had normal teeth, Chip and Center have like these black smoky mouths that kind of constantly like evaporate. Chip is better at handling that goes under the ground. He has a tremor sense. In the Ironwoods, there's plenty of creatures who like to hunt with various methods, and he's very good against things like spiders, other creatures that hunt through methods of tracking that are abnormal and aberrant. Chip in general is also a close quarters fighter. Oni Lavander is a good mixed bag, very good at handling any creature that would be having magics. And Oni Lavander, she stands there with a gem on her like she looks like she has like piercings of flame in her right eyebrow. They're like they look like hardened fire almost, but you can see that they're ever moving like little jets out of the top of her right eyebrow. It's like two of them, and she's kind of got a more serious tone to her. However, it's in between either serious or bored. It's kind of hard to determine. And he continues down the list to Arne. And he goes, Arne. Now he's good at hunting those who need to be hunted that are within our own. The spider is what we call him. He keeps a watch over the hunters. A better watch than I could. If any of us were to be a problem, we send him. He's well-rounded, and overall my second hand. He does what I do, just a little worse.
Well, a glowing review. I should say I would feel rather safe and protected having him on our side.
His flaming red eyes slightly turn over to you, and like with he's trying to judge if you're just wanting to either like you're saying that to not be with him, or if you genuinely mean that, but he doesn't say anything.
He tries to keep a straight face, realizing like, oh,
Performance check.
Roll a charisma check as you're being incited.
hey, that's pretty good. That's 19 plus 5, like 24.
His eyes that were locked on you sit there for a second before they flicker and they look back forwards at Arne. He can get the job done, just as I can. Ultimately, it's your choice.
After your stellar remarks of his capabilities, I believe I will take Arne's group.
Good. I like Stilily better anyways, and he stomps off.
Ouch.
Wow.
Damn. And he will approach Arne if he's not already busy.
Arne is not. After choosing his group, he's essentially standing around waiting for new information. Still looking very tired.
No one will approach and stick his hand out and say, looks like we're still... excuse me, I'm fumbling my words. Looks like you're stuck with me.
Arne reaches out to shake his hand, But before he grabs it, he shakes his hand like he's trying to put out a flame, and then grabs it, shakes it, and says, "I wouldn't really call it stuck, Nolan. Good to see you."
Just got a glowing review from your superior, I must say. You don't get words that positive out of a man like him very easily.
Really? I would find that a shocker. Sedge is a good man, though. He's just, he's softer than he appears, trust me.
I'd like to believe that.
Yeah, I know, it's hard to see, especially since how things have been these last few months, and I wanted to formally apologize. You see, as a Cinderkin, you've got to understand, traveling across the ocean on a boat called the Tinderbox, knowing that liquid death is but a few feet away, for almost a year's time would put some of us on edge.
You know, I never really did think of the irony of flaming men on a wooden boat called a tinderbox.
Yes, it's stressful, to say the least. A Cinderkin tends to avoid water altogether. So, being stuck in the middle of it, miles around, it'll set some people on edge.
Oh, believe me, it wasn't as relaxing for me either, especially with a month's delay. But either way, I'm looking forward to working with you.
And I with you.
And standing not too far from you is Little Red and also Gregory, currently having an idle conversation before Little Red kind of just turns off to do other things. Like they were just having a quick meetup. And Gregory's also there, like the scout of your group, if you want to meet with him.
Has Nolan ever seen a character or type like Gregory?
I'd say Gregory and Cinderkin are the first types that you've ever seen that are shifters or were creatures. But you have seen them on this journey. You just maybe have not spoken with too many besides Center.
Right. This is just on this trip is like the first time I've seen like this group of people.
Yeah.
I must say, I am rather curious. How exactly do your flames emanate? And then he takes out a notebook. Rather curious in how you Cinderkin function.
Well, I can't speak too much on it because it's sort of an unspoken rule to speak of such things outside of the Cinderkin. But the flames emanate from within. Think of the core of a being. I won't go into detail about it, but it's that core that spreads through the rest of our bodies, and that core itself draws from an outside source, another plane, essentially.
Plane. You will note that down and underline it, but then also underline in a larger font. Details not allowed outside of group. Cultural secret. And then I think you'll also approach Gregory and say, No, I can't say that I've ever encountered a type like yourself either. Forgive me if I do sound rude here, but what exactly are you, Mr. Gregory?
Well, my mother was human. At least I believe. But my father was not. He was.
He darts his eyes to the left towards Gregory.
No one raises
viciously for a moment.
Like, you think so, huh?
Long story short, he was part leopard, and some things. My kind is not very liked around my home, to say the least. But yeah, I'm one of a kind.
I've only read a few things about the Ironwood itself. Harsh land.
Yeah, I say don't go down there without a scout like me. I know my way around the Ironwoods, and I know very, good paths to traverse to stay safe from creatures and keep them safe from you as well.
Well.
Not
Well, I feel even better having you by my side, given where we are heading.
Yep, nothing escapes my gaze. I'm very perceptive, part of my job. Yes, sirree.
If we have more time, I'll bother you with more questions. Won't let my curiosity had cause an interview and delay us any further.
And as you guys are discussing and meeting and getting to know one another, Lily heads off to gather some intel. And a couple hours pass. We move to the midday, and she begins to show up back currently with some tomes in her hands. And she, at this point, a lot of the syndicate are all purposely just standing off the boat just as deep into the docks as they can. The Iron Hunters are helping out with some dock work in terms because there's a lot to get off, a lot of trash and stuff like that. And Lily comes back. She holds in her hand some papers and she waves you down, kind of like someone went off on a vacation to get like the newsletter and came back with like, God, it has an odd feeling to it considering the work is so serious, but there's a level of like, I got it as she heads back.
Would Nolan know where to go to get the essential information about the location of the Grey Rod? Would it be at the university? Would it be a state, like a governor bulwark? Would it be...
That would be regarding the government of Bulwark, which is actually a council of various clerics. But she's coming back with that information for you. She's making her way down the dock. She went while you were meeting with your group. She went off to go get that kind of breakdown, and she's currently waving like as she travels back towards you. So she has that info. She's just trying to get to you.
Understood. I think Nolan will now be like stepping off the boat and like stretching his legs a little bit, saying, "Oh, finally, a surface that's not constantly swaying."
As you're kind of getting it's been about halfway through the day. She comes back, and you're getting yourself adjusted. She goes, "Oh, okay, so got it right here," and she like opens up a tome. Looks like they've been having issues on what would be the eastern front, the northeastern, and then a much more pressing issue on the southern front. But the southern rot is much smaller than the northeastern front, and that is where I think we're going to need to put majority of our resources on the northeast, because it looks like there's been some issues in terms of outside of the rot. There's Leonins in that area. There seems to be some kind of kobolds possibly. And so in general, looks like the southern side is going to be an easy walk up, knock it out, and the northeastern side seems to have some things in between us and it. You're right. So matter is, I guess, who's going to do what, right? But that seems to be the situation. I think we should send the bulk of our forces on the northeast.
Yes, fair. I suppose I could go ahead and take my group to the southern one and ensure that one is dealt with, and then
meet back up with me on northeast. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, that works for good. That works good for me. Yeah. Who am I going with, anyways? You're working with Center?
No, I have taken the group with Arane, the well-dressed one.
Oh.
I'm
okay.
He leans in and says, "I'm sorry."
It's fine. Maybe I should have been the one to. Maybe I should have let you get the note stuff. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Well, then me and my princesses will head up northeast, and you head south. It sounds like a plan to me. And then we'll meet back up. Yeah. Okay.
Indeed.
I think we're going to be heading out later today. I have a couple things in town I want to address, but maybe you guys can get a head start anyways, because the northeast one's a bit further.
Right.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to head off. Oh, yeah? What's up?
Do you mind pointing me in the direction of where the University of Solamnia would be, like, relative to here, if you happen to get that direction? Once we have completed our mission and meet up back.
I did ask
I
about
would
that.
very much like to check there.
I did ask
Mhm.
about that. So the college here is actually called the Remnants of Slomnia. And
Mhm.
it is on like the north side, but I don't really know the specifics. But if you're talking about the University of Solomnia, that's like a couple weeks travel off to the west. That's pretty far. That's going to
Right,
be
right.
like in the ruins of Solomnia. But the Remnants of Solomnia, which is like the new college that is trying to regrow, it's up in the northern side of the city. But I didn't ask for specifics. I just asked if they were still around, and they were like, yeah, they're here. But yeah.
Right. The university itself, the north side. The ruins far west.
Yeah,
Understood.
fair.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's where you'd find like, I don't know, more stuff. But yeah.
So, once we are done with our primary objective, what would you say your plan is next? With
Well-
the time that we will be spending here.
I actually wanted to look for. Okay, so I have some friends here that were, at least they started at Lowh, they moved here. I was hoping to catch up with them.
Oh.
And I wanted to mostly kind of work with them on a couple of things because when we last spoke, I actually gave them. It's an artificer. He's they're working on something, and I know artificers aren't all that popular in Lowh, but I think there's real potential there. I think it just hasn't been explored because the suspended assembly doesn't love artificers, but I think that I want to look into what they were doing because before they left Below, they were doing really good stuff, and I want to see how they're doing now. I think they're going to be in this city, but I just don't know where.
Right. Well, I wish you luck with that.
Yeah, and what are you doing?
I plan on try and get a better understanding of what the University of Solomnia knows. Some trading of secrets, like comparison of notes. What have they encountered with the Grey Rot that we have not noted, and other of the like, as well as their strange merger, almost, of clerical uses, as well as arcane magic.
Oh,
I've heard that they found some strange usage of fusion between them, and I'm morbidly curious to see how exactly they've gotten that to work, and what differences should we expect.
Ooh, and I thought I wasn't sure what I was doing. Okay, well, good luck with that,
Right.
I guess. Anyways, we're gonna get go. Or I'm gonna get some stuff done. Okay.
Right.
And she kind of walks up. She's a bit younger than you, and she seemed to have been really perturbed and put off by the interest in them because it's kind of like you're interested in what garbage. Like there was that level of energy as she steps off. Looks like she's gone to the little. There's I'm not sure where she's gone off to, but she has some work, some business in the city before she heads off on the primary objective. It seems there is a laxed level for such a serious problem to them and the apprentices, but that's kind of how the whole scenario has been with them since from the beginning.
Remaining calm keeps calm mind, which keeps a calm and professional demeanor, which is a necessity in a scenario such as this. He thinks nothing of it, and already understood that it is a rather weird interest, but doesn't appreciate the her acknowledgement of her own weird interest, and then disparaging of his own.
Yeah.
He's choosing to not make a big deal of it anyways, already understanding, whatever. And then Gossamer will he'll Nolan will put away his notepad, the stuff that he's noted down to ensure he doesn't forget the details, and have Gossamer pass him his staff, which has his component pouch dangling at the end of it.
Yeah, Gossamer weakly, the staff kind of fumbles a bit, and they catch the staff before it heads its way to you.
Oh dear. Need to work on your balance. And then he will wait for RNA and his group.
And with that, are you all going to be heading south?
I don't believe I have
Is there
anything to
anything-
do in town, so I'm ready if you are.
Yep. You guys gather your things and you guys set off. You guys travel on south for some ways. It's about a 4 to 5 hour long trip, and you guys are on the road. You notice that on your way down south, there's several signs that say stop, don't go any farther. There, gray rot ahead. Don't go. It's like several warnings after warnings after warnings that you guys are passing. All merchants to be canceled. No more shipment past this point. No point of return. And you guys progress for some ways. And as you guys are doing so, I want the leader, which would be the scout, Greg, I want you to roll a perception check.
Alrighty, let's see what Greg sees. Alright, he got a 22.
22. As you guys are passing along, eventually the road kind of gets into a more wooded area. You guys go through a path and you're walking through the forest. And Gregory, you're the first one to notice as you're leading the pack that there's a almost rippling effect in the air ahead of you. There's almost like the trees themselves and the path ahead is like shifting and ever moving in some weird way. It's transparent in nature, but you can see the alteration.
Hold on! RNA, there seems to be something weird ahead. Am I familiar with this?
No.
Okay.
What exactly do you see, Gregory?
Mr. Nolan, do you see the ripple effect over there?
When he looks closely, can he tell that there is in fact the distortion effect?
Yes, there is a distortion effect that you are completely familiar with as the gray rot and the signification of the line of the gray rot. And you can actually see almost deceptively in the actual effect, just a bit farther is another sign saying no more past this area. Like it's on the path. Evidently someone had been deeper in before this gray rot expanded out this way. Hence why so many signs.
Then.
What, is this what we're looking for?
Precisely. Can you tell if this the location of this gray rot matches the information that they got months ago?
No, it does not match. It's far, far larger. However, the information that was just picked up was correct. It's about accurate to that, just a bit farther. But
Right.
compared to what you guys
Location
were
is
dealing
correct,
with,
but it has expanded.
yes, expanded by a large sum.
A month delay allowed this to expand further than I'd hoped. Well, is everyone ready?
Sure, although I don't really know what to expect here. Center has been less than liberal with the information.
Are we heading inside that thing?
We must.
Oh.
See, within these bubbles, these spaces, there was a distinct feeling of absence and pressure. No magic can be cast, nor does it permeate from within. That in order to use spells, we will need, and he will take out one of the pittons from his inventory, one of these, in order to even temporarily and limitedly use spells. And I believe the radius of these is that this affects is rather limited. I think like 30-foot radius.
Right, that is correct. They're very close range.
So, who all are casters in this group?
I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
RNA
All right.
RNA smiles at Nolan and says, "There's hardly a lick of magic on my body, believe it or not. Fight the old-fashioned way."
And the rest of you, looking to the other Iron Hunters as part of this.
All the other Iron Hunters are kind of like looking around a little nervously. The Iron Hunters with you, there's about 6 of them in total that are not Cinderkin, of which there are 2. Low Red is with you. And she just kind of looks around with a little sense of nervousness, but overall she's like, I don't cast anything.
All the other ones essentially have like swords and shields and things along those lines. There's no evidence of large magic users within this crowd.
Great. That means for the rest of you, you won't need to worry. It'll just be like any other hunt.
Yes, sir.
Keep that in mind and good. We'll be fine.
Nolan will divide up the 12 pittons that he has and will pass Gregory 6 of them. Now, we don't know how deep we need to go in until we find the heart of the Grey Rot, so I'd recommend we use these sparingly, only in the emergencies where we must fight something, which I certainly hope not. And these, he will take out one of the anchors, is the focal point in ensuring that this does not get any worse.
I will, excuse me, there will be one thing that I'll have to correct on your sheet. You actually only have one anchor, as the other anchor is currently with
the other crew. Yep.
That's right. The other crew needs that anchor.
Or 2 anchors originally.
Yeah.
One per party.
That's right.
He will take out the anchor and display it. This, once planted in the heart, in the origin of this Grey Rot, would subdue it and prevent it from getting any worse. However, it is rather fragile.
Low Red kind of pipes up and she goes, so when we go in there, that's when things are particularly dangerous, right?
Yes. There should be a noticeable effect once we step in.
Okay. Now, normally...
Is there any coming back?
What was it?
Once we step in, can we come out?
Not easily. It is best that we first plant our anchor in there before we even attempt going out. And what were you about to say? Pointing to the other one.
Normally, hunters, we have our, our scouts move forward first before we have everyone else move in. Could they all stay out here and then once we fire a signal, they come in?
Unlikely that will work. You see, from within the Grey Rot itself, there is a sort of time dilation. They will not react with the same speed or haste or that we expect.
Okay.
Time in there moves very differently than out here.
Sorry, I just didn't know.
Right. Valuable questions. Once we are in, I will be using this device, and he will take out the compass that he has. And I will use this device, and it should point us to the epicenter of this Grey Rot. Once we are close enough, it should point exactly where it should be.
So, the Red, how things are going to go. As you said, we're not going to be able to have a scout go first. So, plan will be Nolan, myself, and Gregory will all move forward. You and the rest of the party will lag behind quite a distance. We'll be able to scout ahead for you, and should something happen, we'll call for you to meet up with us. That way each team has a Cinderkin to keep them watch.
Yes, sir.
Does that sound good?
I can do that.
Excellent. And likewise, if anything happens that I don't notice, which it will be unlikely as we have a scout with us,
I'll fire the
you
signal.
call for us and we'll meet back up just the same.
Yes, sir.
I would advise to not have too much of a distance. After all, there is, as I said, a time dilation the moment one of us enters. We will immediately start to notice this difference in the passage of time.
Right. We all get inside and then we lag behind. I get it.
Yes. And up utmost importance. The anchor must survive intact to the epicenter and be planted within. All right. We're all prepared. Let's enter.
And one by
Roger
one, you all head through this field, disappearing beyond the veil, and then the next one following. RNA, you have the most visceral reaction to this of the party. I want you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
An 18.
An 18? The moment you step in, there's a quick, almost suffocation of your flames. All your shoulder almost goes completely dim, and your body feels like it gets clenched up real tight. It almost feels like what you felt once before when it came to the cold and the wind tearing upon you. You don't fall to your knees as you're much stronger than that, but you do feel like a quick sucking, like almost like you have to hold your breath before you slightly adjust. But Lil Red, as you look back, is already on her knee, like currently holding onto the ground, like gasping.
RNA will walk up to Little Red and offer a hand to help her stand and says, I know it's tough now, but don't worry about it. Think about it like the frost from back home. It'll be the exact same thing.
She reaches out, grabs your hand, and stands up shakily. You yourself feel like her weight is suddenly quite heavier. Like there's it's straining to be here. In general, the whole world itself desaturates as it is. Everyone else feels a little bit of a weight, but it's evident that the Syndicans feel like they're being quite stressed.
As I
Place
mentioned
will
earlier,
attempt to snuff out our flames, so be careful.
Yes, sir.
more reason for us to move quickly and ensure that this is over with as soon as possible.
Indeed. We don't know the long-term effects of being in here, so we'll make sure there are none.
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to travel
And,
away from you
Mhm.
on that. I'm going to travel over to now Arya and Astrid. You guys have traveled for about 20 minutes, and you guys now have found. You guys, wait, excuse me. I don't know if you guys went on the path or off the path. Excuse me. What are you guys doing?
Did we ever confirm if there was a wagon or not?
In terms of that, you gathered from the remnants that there was the materials that could be used in a wagon.
Are there any leftover remnants of said wagon?
As you guys have searched around and whatnot, okay, you're doing okay. Well, there was no 15-minute
we're
time
still
skip. We're still right there investigating. You're looking for remnants of a wagon specifically. Roll an investigation check and tell me what you're doing or how you're investigating, because that does matter.
I guess if there's like rotten wood, wagon rubble, I guess I'll just sift and dig through it.
Okay.
There's got to be some kind of clue.
Yeah.
You said some of the metal was like
lodged
in
in.
the
That's exactly
ground.
right. So you're digging.
Yeah.
Roll an
Yeah,
investigation
we're gonna
check as
dig
you
a
dig.
little bit.
Okay. You want to help?
Ash, what are you doing?
Look. I'm still iffy on if we should split up or not. Like go down this path or go forward. I'm still leaning towards forward, but I just want to get everything I can clue-wise before we go. So
You're right.
help me
Luckily, I
dig
have-
or something.
Luckily, I have some gloves, and I put on some gloves and start digging, I guess.
All right, roll investigation
Cool.
checks. Both of you.
Both of us? Yeah. All according to plan. 8 minus 1.
Phenomenal. That's a 10
Sure
together.
is dirt.
As you guys sift through the
That's
dirt and
dirt.
tear it through, you can see the top of a horse's skull.
Oh.
Oh. Don't show Carrot Jr.
You know, I've already had enough horse problems. You know, he's become a teenager, so he's been quite rebellious. It's his whole thing.
I understand.
Yeah. You don't have kids, do you?
No.
Oh.
So we found a horse skull. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, Ashton, I think we found a whole horse skull.
Cool. Okay. I'm going forward. I'm not veering.
Yeah, that's fair.
Poor Carrot Senior.
We're just gonna keep finding skull dead things.
Yeah. Maybe if we follow the path of death, maybe we'll find out where they entered from.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we continue walking.
You continue down the path, for some ways. At the same time, the other
Are there any
party.
more white, stony, bony prominences sticking up above the ground that need more digging out?
No, they're not.
That's our favorite part of D&D night, is the white,
Thank
stony Bumby.
Thank God.
You rolled a
Nothing better
3.
than that.
As you guys are traveling downwards, you guys see another party walking towards you.
Hey, Astrid.
Arya.
I
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
You see that?
him? Yeah. All right. I'll take the left
They're
guy. You
alive.
take the right
What?
guy.
No, we're not taking anybody. They're alive and not bony prominences sticking out from the dirt
Oh, sorry. Maybe
that require more digging.
I'm just in a really weird mood after seeing the white
horse
large
skull?
stone that was bony.
That required more
That
digging.
required
Yeah,
More digging. Yeah.
I understand.
And also, the colors on my flowers still haven't come back, so that's kind of bummed me out. All right, we'll just.
That's okay. Maybe they came from the, from quote unquote
the
their
outside
entrance,
like us.
which would be our exit. So let's go
Oh.
meet up. Let's just go meet with them. I mean,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have entered this place without a reason. We entered it because we didn't know what we were getting into.
Well, you know what? I can't argue with that. Let's just meet them.
Let's just, how about let's just let them come to us.
Yeah.
let's
all
not
right,
just,
all right.
like-
Well, I'm gonna strike a pose then,
Don't do that.
and we're gonna.
Just-
And they're gonna come
Just-
to us, and
Do
It'll
people
be
in
this
heaven
whole thing.
wave? Do they do that instead of striking poses? Just say hey, just wave. Like, hello, we are very lost.
How
How about I just talk? Anyways,
we can wave, but
We're
it's
gonna
not
wait
like
for
a
the people
big
to show
cultural
up.
thing. All right. Well, behind Astrid, I'm going to be
I'm-
posing. My left hand is behind my head,
Of course.
and then my right hand or my right palm is facing upwards to the sky, like.
Gregory, you have the highest, you are the leader of the scout of the party, and they are not hiding. As you can quickly see up ahead, there seems to be some man on the road, and behind him, a individual with one hand struck up at the sky like a rock star, and the other hand behind his back, behind his head, and they're currently just standing in the road staring at you.
RNA. Is there supposed to be other people here?
Oh,
I see
I
two
don't know,
weird
but-
folks ahead. One's doing a weird boat.
Maybe we should hang back for a moment and see if they come to us.
Agreed.
strange. However,
Oh, as above standoff, I see.
would
As the
Oh, they
party
gotta come to us.
also
Oh, they gotta come
stops.
to us.
Both parties have now
My
stopped.
weapon ready?
no one will speak out loud and say to the rest of the group, like, it is strange that they should have had warnings beforehand to not enter.
Hey, DM,
No,
Mm-hmm.
how
I think
far
they're
were
trying
they?
to communicate.
How far are they away from me?
They're a good distance. You guys, I mean, it's a pretty straight long path. I would say that they're just at the end of your eyesight. You can mostly see the flame people more than anything.
Is that like? So, what did you say? Like farther than like 60 feet?
Yes, farther than 60 feet, I'd say. You guys probably would have to yell at
Okay.
each other to hear each other.
Yell, you say?
afraid-
Well,
Yeah,
I whispered to RNA, I'm afraid to pose. I'm afraid they may have, maybe poor souls have gotten lost and have finally gone mad.
okay. Arya,
Always a possibility.
just look. You can walk, but you can still strike poses with your upper body. Just come
I
on.
think we should strike first.
Hey,
Let's.
hey,
They
hello,
don't seem very.
hello.
Right,
where are
Aria.
So as you
Arya's
guys are
strutting
debating,
towards them.
as you guys are
Arya's
debating,
strutting towards them.
as you guys are debating, the Goliath starts yelling at you while Arya, still striking his pose, starts walking forwards with a bit of a dance to it. Like each leg is like a stride. It looks like someone on a runway.
Oh yeah.
Arne grips the blade on his back and he says, by the 9, they're aggressive.
Should we cast?
I'll even. How about this? I'll just leave my hands up. It's like we want no fight whatsoever. We're lost. We don't know
no one
what's
know
going
what-
on.
Does no one know what a Goliath is?
I would say you've probably not seen a Goliath ever. Like, you've heard or read of them, but this is no guarantee this is a Goliath.
What a man of absolute devastating stature.
Halt! Be ye friend or foe?
I was going to ask you that.
All
Look,
right.
we don't
well,
really care what you are,
we
but
don't-
we know you're better than what we found, which is rusted swords and buried horse skulls. So you're very much alive and breathing.
Yeah, everything else we've seen is dead. So
He's going to lean over to Arne and say, well, they appear to be somewhat sane at least.
Are any of you of the arcane persuasion?
Remember, we're in a world we don't understand. There's no
Dude.
telling what this could be. It could be a trap. It could be a trick. It could be a
Illusions,
beast.
yes, indeed. We'll play along for now. How long have you two been in here, would you say?
Well,
What-
we've
like,
kind of figured out that this has to do with something with time. In here, I've been in here for a little over an hour, and my friend here, and I point to Arya with his still, I guess, pose dance.
I stopped.
He's
that.
probably been in here maybe 20 minutes, but
Goodness.
I walked in first, and I waited for him for an hour, and then I started walking forward, and then he showed up and said it was less than a minute. So time is weird in here. We figured out, and we're
Yeah,
just
but-
trying to get out of here. We're headed to the bulwark to
Yeah,
go
dude.
to other places. We don't know how to get out.
Yeah, do you guys know
Yeah.
what this is? What this even
Oh,
is?
dear. Didn't you both see any signs at all warning you of this place?
No, there was no sign.
Not at all. Nope.
Oh,
Cat. Cat.
Long story.
What?
Do you use magic?
No,
Me? Oh no. I'm better than that.
please don't get him into this.
right. You were heading to the bulwark? From where?
Yes, from
Crossroads.
Crossroads.
Hmm.
I'm originally from the Frostbolts to Deer.
What?
It's this whole thing. Anyways, do you guys know the way out, or are you guys just lost too?
There is no way out until this is dealt with. No one will take out his compass and see if it's pinpointed the epicenter yet.
Yeah, so the compass at this point has switched off of from where you entered, and at this point you guys have left the other party behind. They're currently waiting towards the entrance and lagging behind intentionally. And you see that the compass points directly parallel to the actual road that you're on. So you need to need to leave that road and head into the forest.
We know where to go.
Hmm.
We saw, I found a path that has veered off from the main trail. The footprints were very, very dusty, so they were very old. So maybe we go there. That could seem like a good lead.
No one will turn
say
and face where
tracks,
the
eh?
compass is facing, and will point. That direction is where we need to head.
You seem to know a lot about this weird time stuff. I take it that you're a wizard.
I am.
Why is that
indeed.
guy so dressed nicely for a forest? What's the matter with you? You got a date or something?
Where's your
We're
shirt?
on,
Where is your shirt, Astrid?
Touche. All right. I like this
we're
guy.
on a mission, you see, to ensure that this does not get any worse. This
Well, what is
Forest.
this?
Yeah,
This-
what is this?
this is the gray rot.
Okay.
Oh,
It eats away at whatever is within it. And as you mentioned in the experience before, time does not flow here the same way it does outside of it.
You know,
No magic can be done from within.
you didn't
Okay.
tell me it eats away at things inside of it.
It does
I
what
did.
now?
It does
not.
what? Huh?
Ideally, we wouldn't.
I look at Arya. Does he have any wrinkles?
I better
Uh,
not have any wrinkles.
As you look at him at the moment, you don't see anything different about him.
No,
Oh God, Arya, it's worse.
Anyways.
It's worse than I thought, Arya.
Hey, listen, I don't know if you know this, but you're on fire, so.
Yeah, it's kind of my
bad.
whole thing.
Don't worry, he's supposed to be on fire.
Why are you supposed to be on fire? In what world are you supposed to be on fire?
That's something I wanted to ask myself and learn more about
Arya,
them, but
after
it's
all
something that
we've
we don't have
seen,
time.
why do you always have to ask people why they are the way they are? That's how I
To be
literally
fair, I
met
was
one of.
going to ask why you were blue.
You know what?
Wait, you're blue, Astrid?
It's a little hard
Okay.
to tell. After all, everything in here is very monotone.
Okay.
Dull.
Man with glasses. Man with glasses. You seem the most reasonable. Come here. I'll show you the footprints.
I
I'm tired of
love.
getting asked why I'm blue. It never ends up good.
I'm good with tracks.
Does he gesture in the direction that's also where the compass is pointing?
Well, the footsteps are technically a bit behind him, but where the footsteps are going when you take a look at him, you guys take a look at it. The footsteps are going in the direction of the compass. So yes.
Might be RNA. It might be a good idea to, if there is something out there, kind of follow the tracks to avoid traps or anything of the sort.
And for your
Smart.
safety, he looks at both Arya and Astrid. I suggest that you stick with us. There may be something else in here that won't be so welcoming.
Oh, did other things live in here? I kind of thought this was a dead zone.
Dead to anything normal.
Oh. Is this a wizard thing? Is this like a common wizard thing?
Quite the opposite.
Oh. Does it not like wizards? Because I think,
It doesn't
maybe.
like much of anything.
Okay. I was going to say maybe my opinion could shift on this place, but that's fine.
We are losing more and more time in a relative sense. Yes, as I mentioned earlier, it's flowing differently in here than it is out there, though.
A literal
Once we
sense for
play-
me, I am suffocating.
Oh, word. Well, we
Once
accept.
reach the epicenter of this, we should be able to subdue this at least, be able to leave at least easier than before, and gain whatever lost time from being within back.
Well, that's good. Very well. We accept your protection and group into our group. I've been thinking of some cool group names for the past week and a half.
Irrelevant, and he starts walking.
All right.
Okay. Well, there's a few. We have blue crabs,
And as you're listing them, people start to walk along.
the silvery lobsters.
As you're traveling,
Everyone continues walking faster.
you guys move for some time. It's a little bit of a difficult trek as there's lots of trees and shrubbery in the way.
The colored crawfish.
DM.
Yeah.
Do we? Did I get a chance to inspect the tracks that we found?
If you'd like to, absolutely. What would you be looking for?
I just kind of the origins. Is it human? Is it an
Roll
animal,
a
or-
survival check.
Oh, it doesn't seem like it. I rolled a 9.
Roll a 9. You can tell that they're boots.
Hard to tell with all the color.
Okay.
You can tell
Guys,
that they're boots.
I think they're. I think these are tracks.
Well, that confirms we're humanoid.
An excellent observation.
Humanoid tracks. Marry on our way.
As you guys are going along your way, who's leading this party?
I'll lead it.
Okay.
Yes, our scout should.
I want you to
Not
roll a perception check as you travel.
23.
23. You quickly catch on after about a few minutes of traveling. You find more tracks, and they line up and walk with these boots, and then start following along. And with your expertise, you can quickly discern that they're deer tracks, and they walk directly in line with the boots. Then, a little bit further, you find more boots veer into these tracks and follow along as well, followed by alligator feet, followed by other various creatures all walking on this path. And eventually, the path itself becomes like a sludge of just lots of people walking in a line.
Ooh, have I seen anything like this before?
No,
I doubt.
no, not this
Okay.
before.
So I speak to Nolan, and I mention I share the information I found. I think it's very weird. Is this something you've are familiar with? Is there a reason why they would be followed? Go ahead.
Knowledge of within this place is limited. Sometimes it's also inconsistent. there's very little known of what all can occur within here. I'm rather distrustful of much of what could be within the Grey Rot.
Except for us, right?
He does not respond.
As you guys progress for some ways forwards, you come across what looks to be a man laying face down, like body face forwards towards, like following with all the tracks, and the tracks continuing past this body. It's laying face down in the dirt or mud.
Are they decaying?
From a distance, you look at it, you can see that the hands are bony, and with little sludges of meat just barely on it.
Okay. Arne.
Arne will walk forward just ahead of the scout towards the body.
You can see that its head and face is covered with a hood, and beside it is a knocked over walking cane.
I'd like to roll an investigation check on it.
All right.
If you would. I got a 17.
As you look over it, you pull the hood back to reveal a skeleton with just a bit of matted skin and hair still stuck to it, and pieces of. There's not much flesh left, but there still seems to be some on the bone. And
what are they wearing? Like their feet?
they're wearing on their feet looks like to be some sandals. Nothing that would be intentionally. You wouldn't wear this out in the forest. And what you see is that the neck of it has been trampled on, and the back of it has been trampled on, as lots of things have walked over these bones and walked over this body, and seemingly may have either this person died from being trampled on, or this person was old and they fell out here and then just the body got walked on. But nonetheless, it is evident that it's been like the bones are quite shattered from things walking over it.
Well, it wouldn't really make sense for him to be walked on after he got here. It's not like there's only one path or there's any sort of panic that would induce such a thing, so I think it's safe to say he got trampled, but there's no real reason to tell why.
Does have a walking cane? Maybe it's too slow.
Yes, but that's not what I mean. What would cause him to be trampled? What would cause them to be in such a panic that they would trample someone, whatever they might be?
It's towards the epicenter, right? So they can't be running from the walls or anything.
Not sure. Nolan, are we still headed the right way?
He will pull out his compass and see if it's still pointing in a direction of these footprints.
Yeah. As you pull out the compass, it like the footprints at this point have become a long sludging line of various things walking in a direct path, and it is directly down that path. In fact, like the trees themselves have been trampled on, and brushes have been stepped upon to create this direct line path. Things did not walk around other things; they just walked forward.
Nolan's very curious on how this, like, a seemingly panicked path, what appears to be people running maybe from something enough to trample another guy that fell over, and it's lining up seemingly perfectly with where they're headed, and wonders why would they run in this direction, and why would something chase them in this direction?
Hey, Nolan.
Yes.
How far are we from the epicenter? Do I see it yet? Or?
We should know it when we see it. And I look around, like up in the sky in that direction.
Roll a perception check.
Perception.
Nolan, do you think it's less likely that something chased this party through here and more like they were hauled towards the epicenter? They've all taken the same direct path, and even a crowd would try to avoid any sort of stumble. They literally just moved in a straight line towards seemingly the epicenter, which makes me think that there wasn't something that chased them, but something that drew them in.
Oh, like a siren call.
I don't know what that would be, as we are completely unaffected by it, and what that would be in such a rush.
And Nolan, with your 23, as you're looking forwards and upwards, you don't see anything. However, you do see a quick glint of light that's not directly in the path forwards towards the epicenter. Instead, as you're looking up in the sky, you just happen to be lucky enough to turn around and see just a flicker of light up and behind you guys some ways, shooting straight upwards to the sky, reaching ever. But You can see that it's straining to have even done as it does, like to reach that high in the first place. There's like a small flicker of light before it goes away, back the way you came.
Arne immediately panics and says, "That's our flare. That's our flare.
Oh.
Something's happened. Come on." And he takes off running the direction they came.
As Arne goes sprinting back that way, that will be our end of tonight's session. And we'll pick this back up next Sunday. Woo! Season 2!
Season 2, everyone.
Season 2 begins.